This conference will now be
Open
recorded.
Paint.
Let me ask you a quick question before you continue. So when you're going to explain, SQL Server, you're going to explain everything or just the basic?
Not basic.
Huh?
Probably everything. We
Okay,
don't
so
just train basic. We go ahead and train advanced topics as well in SQL Server or in any topic what we explain.
okay, so we're going to be learning how to implement cursors, how to implement transact SQL, as well
Yes.
as store procedure, and we're using functions.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We will see how to implement a whole data warehouse. Okay. What are the requirements to implement a data warehouse, and what are the things? See, the stored procedures, why are they used actually? What are these functions? Why are they used? What is the uses? With multiple examples, we'll go ahead and explain you. Okay. Everything would be real time, as if I also have been working for Microsoft. Okay, I'll be giving the examples of Microsoft as well when we talk about SQL Server. Okay, not only SQL Server, any of the topic. So MSBI, when you say MSBI, MSBI is a Microsoft business intelligence tool, right, which can provide intelligence to business. Basically, it is a suite provided by Microsoft. And when I say business intelligence, okay, business intelligence is the process, you can say it as process of what? Process of transforming the data into information. Okay, like you have the bunch of data into your file system, and you want to know what is what, and how the information flowing from one part to another part. So therein where your MSBI comes into picture in order to pull the data from that particular file system and change it to your information and present it in front of you. Okay, so when you say MSBI, comes with 3 different modules. Okay, MSBI comes with 3 different modules. What are those now? MSBI comes with 3 modules. One is SSIS, one is SSRS, and another one is SSAS. Okay, when you say SSIS, it's nothing but SQL Server Integration Services. Okay, and believe you guys can see the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
When you say SSRS, it's nothing but reporting services. And when you say SSAS, it's something related with analysis service. Before going ahead and looking into what is what, when we say MSBI, it comes only with 3 modules, right? But then when we train, we also train one more extra module that is known as SQL Server, which is the what we can say it is the heart of the MSBI. Without SQL Server, you cannot perform any operations of anything. Okay, you cannot perform any operations because SQL Server plays an important role for performing the ETL operations, either the reporting operation or the analysis operation. Either if you want to debug SSIS packages, you need to know SQL Server. Either if you want to develop a report and perform the operations or debug the report or look into the report, you need to have the knowledge of SQL Server. Okay, why? Because we in the backend are going to again use SQL Server only in order to develop the packages or the reports, okay, or the analysis services. Okay, now let's talk something about SSIS. So does anyone knows what is SSIS and how do we use SSIS in real time, and what are the advantages of that?
Yes, Mohammed. So yeah,
Great.
as I said, we use also SSIS, SSRS, but I am not really 100% involved with that, but I am involved like 30-40%. So it's basically like the ETL tool where you extract, transform, and load the data from different sources into our reporting database from different
Great.
sources, XML or database or.
Okay, great.
I would not say reporting database, because it's most likely to as you said, extract, transform, load into any database. Could be, reporting, could be, either any proposed. So not necessarily just reporting. This is what I think.
See, reporting, one important thing to understand when we say reporting services, okay, whenever you're trying to develop a report, okay, you will not develop a report using the OLTP servers, databases, okay, wherein you see data keep on changing hour by hour or seconds by seconds or day by day, okay. So whenever you develop a report, you develop a report from OLAP servers, okay. Please keep that in mind. And yes, as Geo told us, yes, there are situations, based upon situations, we will be developing the report, okay, accordingly. I personally got a situation wherein I have to develop a report, okay, after loading the data from SSIS to our databases, okay, that is from OLTP servers, because that was the requirement of my front-end user. So I need to keep that, okay, and automate that report to get email daily, okay. Now basically when we say SSIS is nothing but integration services, which is nothing but again ETL operations, okay. When we say SSIS, it's something which is related with ETL. When we see ETL, what is ETL again? Extracting the data, okay. For an example, you have data into file systems, okay. Let me take it. You have data into file systems, Excel file, flat file, let's say .csv, okay, and you also have data into SQL Server. Now at a time, what you have to do, you need to load the data into your destination, which is your SQL Server. What will you do? You'll use SSIS, okay. You use SSIS for extracting the data and loading the data, okay. And in between that, if you want to implement any logics, you can do that in SSIS. That is the reason we say SSIS as the extract, transfer and load. Extract, transfer and load of your data. Clear?
Yes.
Now business intelligence does not stop with here only, because it's not the end-to-end solution what we are in need of, right? We have loaded the data. Now you as a user, okay, needs to understand how the data is, what kind of data it is, okay. You have did multiple operations, cleansed the data, scrubbed the data and loaded the data into your database. Now as a user, will you go ahead and install SQL Server, connect to servers, write queries, okay, different queries to check the data? No, right? You will not do that. What will you do? You'll ask for the visualization part, correct? So therein where for visualization, what we do is we use SSRS, which is nothing but reporting servers, okay. SSRS is nothing but reporting server. With the help of that, we develop reports. Now what kind of reports? There are n number of reports: cascading, parameterized report, multi-parameterized, okay, ad hoc report, jump report, drill down, drill through, whatever the business, matrix, table, this kind of reports we will be developing using your SSRS. Now guys, okay, great. With the
Mohammed, I
help of
have.
this, yeah, please.
So, what do you mean by jump report? I'm hearing that for the first time.
Yeah, you'll get to know when we go on to the trainings, okay. Jump
Okay,
report, okay. There are different reports which we will be developing, okay. So if you see here, where is that? Here. Drill through or jump report are one and the same, okay.
Oh.
So you might get an interview question on this also. What is jump report? Okay. He may ask you what is drill through or jump. What is the difference between the drill through and jump? No difference, both are one and the same. Okay, we'll look into that as well. So but then what is the source system for SQL Server? Anyone wants to give a try? What might be the source system?
What do you mean the source system? So where is the
Data.
information is being?
Yes, if you want to develop a report, you need to have a data, right?
Yes,
From where does this data comes in?
from the database,
Again,
SQL Server.
exactly. Again, back from your SQL Server. Okay. Not only the development, when we say SSRS, we are not only going to look at the development part, but also the administration part. Okay. SSRS developer is a good developer when he knows administrative stuff like subscribing, scheduling, uh, snapshotting, okay, the historic reports, maintaining the history of the reports and subscribing it. So we are also going to look at this. Okay, not only the development part, we are not just binded with the development part of the SSIS or RS or AS. We are also going to look at the deployment part. Okay, into what? Have you ever deployed the things? Anyone?
So you do deploy in a package.
Yes. What does deployment means, first of all? Why do we deploy? I'm telling deployment, right? Why what is deployment and why do we deploy?
So it's your rolling out any snapshot of an activity do you want to perform against to either the database or to any other source.
Okay. Anyone?
You allow
Anyone
your
else?
software pretty much.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Anyone wants to give a try? Okay. So let me explain what basically happens in real time is. See guys, you are believe who was that? Nishal was, both of them are working on SSRS, right, for the very first time. So you're looking at the packages, right? So what happens, let's assume you are the developer of that packages. Okay, now you're developing the packages. So the packages are developed on development server, dev server. Okay, so this is the thing what happens in real time. After dev server, what will happen? It goes to test environment.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
After that,
Yes.
after testing environment, it goes to UAT
Production.
environment. UAT is nothing but your replica of production server. Right? If everything goes smooth here, then we deploy it on top of a production server. Production environment. Now these packages will run on production environment, right? So this connection, this deployment, how it happens? What are the ways of deploying? Okay, we will also look at that. Not only development, how to deploy, what are the changes, what are the things what we need to take care when we deploy. We also are going to see that as well. Okay, now coming back to your MSBI. So this is SSRS. Now again, see, deployment of SSRS is a bit different. Okay, yes, pointing data from production server again. Okay, but then deployment into your reporting server. After developing, you will deploy it on top of a reporting server or manager server. Okay, what are this reporting server, manager server? We will go into in detail. Okay, when we talk about reporting stuff. Clear till now?
Yes.
Okay, after this, basically what happens when you have huge amount of data? Okay, when you have heavy amount of data, and for this report you're using multiple dimension tables, okay, and a fact table. What is fact, what is dimension, we'll also look into that, right? Okay, so there is a chance of this report getting delayed. execution of this report getting delayed. Okay, now your business is not happy with you, and he or she tells you to fine tune the report. Okay, now this report is getting data from your SQL server, right? What we will do, we will now use SSAS. Okay, SSAS is nothing but the development of cubes. Okay, now what is cube again? SSAS is nothing but analysis services, wherein we analyze, we perform the operation, and we develop the cubes. Okay, now what is cube again? Anyone knows?
Yes, it's a way to visualize data in different aspects.
The way to visualize it or no? For visualization, we use SSRS.
But I would say this create some sort of components that allow users to analyze the data on different aspects on different ways. So
that's true. That's true. When you have data into multiple data, source systems, okay, not source systems, we can say multiple servers, okay, and you want to analyze at all at one time and perform the operations based upon the data, based upon the requirement what user gives, then you go with cubes. Okay, and this cube is nothing but the combination of your fact and dimension table. Okay, there are a lot of performance improvement techniques in SSAS. That is the reason we go with SSAS whenever we need to fine tune the report. Okay, majorly when you have huge amount of data. And when we say SSAS is nothing but development of cubes, which includes the fact and dimension. Now what happens is, instead of calling the data, and also one more thing, guys, this has its own server. Okay, and whenever you develop a cube, data gets stored into your SSAS server. Okay, do remember that SSAS server. So now what happens is, instead of pointing the report, developing the reports from SQL server, what we will do, we will be developing the reports from cube in order to get the high performance of a report. Clear?
Yes.
So could you repeat the last part? So
instead of getting now calling the data for development of report from SQL server, we will call data from analysis server.
so
which holds,
for creating report using SSRS, you access to SSAS, the analysis.
exactly. We get the data from SSAS now. Previously, we used to get data from SQL server. Now we will get data from SSAS to develop reports. Clear?
Yes.
Thank you. And then you will see the better performance of report. This is what holistically MSBI is, okay, which is nothing but pulling of data from sources, loading, and then developing of report, and then getting that report out of queue. Now let me show you what are the topics which we look into. Okay, so when you see, the very first topic is introduction of SSIS. We will be looking at, see, whether you know or you are well experienced in SSIS, how we go is, we go from very basic of everything. Okay, because base is the thing which you need to know very good, so that whenever you see a package, you can easily understand, okay boss, this package is this, performing this operations. Okay, that's the reason we go with very basic, what is control flow, what is data flow, and then we jump on to the advanced topics, like what is precedence constraints, what is data flow components, what are transformations involved inside SSIS. Okay, and also the advanced topics like execute SQL tasks. You may see lot of execute SQL tasks in your packages. Okay, you may see usage of variables, you may see usage of parameters. Okay, you may see usage of project parameter, you may see usage of package parameters, you may see usage of for each loop containers a lot. Okay, those are the important stuff in SSIS which we basically used in regular basis. Okay, and then after that we will be also looking into the very good concept of error handling situations. Okay, and capturing the error information logically and sending it across to your team or your management in an email. Okay, and then not only that, we also are going to look into the deployment part and scheduling, job scheduling part. Okay, with that I will be giving you the regular assignments, okay, on SSIS on topics what we have seen, as well as you will be getting the video recordings of this particular sessions. Okay, and then when coming to SSRS, again, if you see here, you again have a lot of topics: introduction, what is servers, where do we deploy, how do we deploy, what is data source queue, or what is data sets, and different types of reports, as if you can see here. Okay, and then the deployment part comes in after looking at the different topics of reports, development of reports. See, we don't go theoretical. One more part, guys, we don't go theoretically, we go everything by showing by developing. If you see here, at 6 o'clock I had a session. So this is how we develop and we explain each and every concept. Okay, we just don't show the existing project or things. We develop the project in front of the students in order to get the better understanding. Okay, and then development, deployment. Okay, and then administrative stuff like subscribing, scheduling, okay, snapshotting, maintaining history, everything. And then we'll jump on to SSAS, which again includes introduction, dimension, facts, schemas, important data warehousing concepts, as you has requested. All the data warehousing concepts will fall under SSAS. Okay, like what is star schema, what is snowflake schema? Does anyone know star snowflake schema in SQL Server? That is the base what you are working with.
So when
Anyone?
you have a single fact and multiple, I mean the star is you have a single fact and multiple dimensions.
Okay.
And this is the and the snowflake is the other way around.
Okay. 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 There's a slight change. Okay, you might have multiple dimension and a fact for star schema as well. You might have multiple facts, multiple dimension and a fact for snowflakes. But then when you have a relation, one-to-one relation from fact to dimension, that is known as star schema. I'll explain in depth, in detail. Okay, do not worry, I'm just giving it as an overview. Okay, and when you say snowflake schema, it helps see, the fact and dimensions are not directly related. Okay, in that case we use another dimension table in order to connect to fact table. So the indirect relationship between your fact and dimension is known as snowflake schema. Okay, and then importantly you see relationships, which is useful in data warehousing concepts. Many-to-many relations, factless fact, fact relation, role-playing relations. Okay, no relation, regular relations, what are those? Everything we will be looking into that concept. Okay, and again we also have actions and drill through here inside cubes as well. What are those? We'll look into that as well. We will also look at the deployment of cube into the SSAS server. Okay, and then jumping on to SQL Server. Now, no matter whether your experience, you have bunch of experience on SQL Server, we go with very basic again. Okay, we go with very basic. We jump on to the intermediate level, like identity constraints, and we jump on to the advanced topics now. Like, see, these are the topics which are useful in cleansing part. Okay, string functions, mathematical functions, predefined functions, conversion functions, cleansing part, variables, looping, loading the data, performing operations using union all, exceptional handling, transactions, ranking functions, joins, views, cities, procedures, triggers, functions, lot of advanced topics. Okay, with that I'll be also giving you the assignments on regular basis. Clear? With this you'll also get the recordings, and in future also if you need any help on this, you can again connect us back.
And will they install the SQL Server in our desktop?
So it's free of cost. Go on to Google, you can basically install it, okay, on your local machines.
I think that's for only 6 months, right? I
No,
might already used it.
no, you
Okay.
don't have limit. I'm using from past 5 or 6 years.
You need to download the SQL Server Express and Management Studio.
No, don't go with the Express.
Which one?
Normal version. You see, don't go with the SQL Server. I'll show you. Go with the Microsoft Visual Studio. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you see here,
I have a Visual Studio 2017.
2007, great, sounds good. You can use that as well, but then we will be explaining in 2010. Both are one and the same. We have few things added. I'll explain you that, okay? Because I also use 2017 in my current project. So if you have any queries about that, you can ask me. I'll explain you. Okay. Go with the installation part of Visual Studio. Okay. With that, you'll also get SQL Server. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to install this two separately. On Google, you have a link. I don't remember the link. So you'll get a link on Google. That's very simple to install. Okay. Any questions, guys, for me?
So question, so where you're gonna explain every topic, let's say for SQL, let's start for SQL. So
Okay.
we're not gonna see only simple queries, so we're gonna see, like, let's say we're gonna develop intermediate and advanced queries just to grab some knowledge. So because my idea, if I jump into this course, what I'm expecting, I know that I'm not going to be, expert right away, but my expectation is to go ahead and try to land a job as a MSBI developer. Is that could be possible or not?
See, as if I have told you, we will start from basic queries like select, and then we'll jump on to the advanced topics. So if you want a small demo, we will be developing stored procedures with my current requirements as well into my project. Okay. For an example, okay, let me come here. Now you see, I will be showing you the major part, how to debug everything, how to develop, how to understand a query, how to write a logic. Okay, you'll be stuck if I give you the assignments as well. Okay, so there are multiple things. Yes, as if you have told me. Yes, we will be looking into that as well. So if you see here, this kind of queries I will be explaining. What is it doing? How it is performing? What's happening here? This is what we write. I wrote. Okay. Calling. What is this? Basically, this is the procedure, right? Procedure
Correct.
again calling the procedures. Procedures calling the functions. Okay. Procedures calling the different tables as a source of read only. So lot of things, important things which are used in real time.
The same for the package, because I have seen also maybe on some
Yes.
sort of
The same with the packages as well.
They are required to use in C#. I don't know why, but
C#, yes, you have few things wherein you have to use .NET coding. Okay, I'm also not expert in .NET. I use a lot of Google to get the queries according to the requirement. Okay, we'll see that as well, how to use that .NET coding as well.
Are you going to show us also how to find out, information on the internet? Because sometimes we type keywords, but we're not typing the right keywords.
Yes, I will. And one more thing, the sessions would be Monday to Friday. Okay, your Monday to Friday, and daily 1 hour of session.
5-hour session, right?
1 hour.
No, 5 hours during a week.
Yes.
So it's going to be 6 weeks.
Yes, close to about 6 weeks.
Okay.
If you want me to complete it soon, we will try to do that as well.
Okay. Because as I say, my expectation is just to land a job, because right now I'm not working.
Okay.
So I'm seeing that I can.
Our training will help you to grab a job in a good industry. What I can say. Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of training we provide.
Yeah. And also I'm
pretty
learning.
much sure, because there are a lot of folks who have got to grab a job after completing this course, but from US only a lot of peoples. Okay, which I train.
That's good. I'm gonna have an interview next week, maybe for SQL Server. So do you have any questions, interview question and answer that I can follow? If you can share to me.
Okay, sure, I'll do that. I'll share with Sri Devi. She'll share it with you. Okay.
Okay. With the lady who contact me?
Yes. Because
Okay.
I cannot directly contact you, or I cannot take your email address directly. She'll contact you. Okay.
No.
And actually, for certification, like, are you going to help on that certification, this SSIS or SSRS?
You need to certification. We do not provide basically. You have to write the exam.
Yeah. No.
Certificate.
Yeah, I'm not asking to get the certification, actually going to help or something like that. That's what I'm asking.
Yes. Why not? Sure. This
I know
concept will help
to
you,
take the
and I will tell
certification
you
and all
one
those.
exam. Okay, which you have to write. That's very easy, and you will be certified as an MSBI developer with the help of that certificate. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Okay. So why are you teaching on 2010 instead of using 2017? It's just a question. No, it's because...
No, basically I didn't install that.
Okay.
It's going on from a long time, so I thought, why to disturb it? There's no problem. I need to take out some time. See, what happens is, sometime I get very busy on weekends as well. I need to go office, and that's the reason I didn't got time to install it in my local machine. That is why I'm not explaining students on 17. Okay, if possible, I'll try to install it by today or tomorrow if possible, and then I'll explain you guys on 17. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. What was your name again, please?
Mohammed.
Mohammed?
Yeah.
Double N or one M?
I'm sorry?
Double M. Mohammed.
M, single M.
Okay.
Nishal, Venkat, you have any questions for me?
Yeah, my question is, so do we really cover at least at an intermediate level in all the topics that we gone through, like everything that so do we cover
So what you can do is you can join 2-3 sessions and you can get an idea how do we turn, or else I'll request Sri Devi to share a video with you, okay, of what we explained.
Sure,
Yes, we will be covering every intermediate and advanced level topics, okay.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about, I can give you the assurance that we explain in a very good way when
sure.
compared to different institutes,
Yeah, sure.
very logically, okay. And lot of things what I show you will be looking into your project,
Sure.
those things for sure. That's, and Venkat, you have anything for me?
No, that's all. I think actually, yeah, you answered everything. Yeah, means like, yeah, mainly I'm looking for the certificate after the completion of this course. I want to write a certification,
Great,
and
that's
that's
great. I'll tell you one exam, you can go ahead and write that exam. Apply for 5,000 is the course fees here in India, okay, for that exam. Not sure about the US, okay. So
okay.
you can go ahead and write that exam and you can get the certificate as well. That's used worldwide, anywhere, okay. Gio, you have anything for me?
No.
No,
Where are you located? In India or any other place? Because
Yeah,
your time,
India, Hyderabad. I'm from
but
Hyderabad.
your time zone is different.
Huh. Time zone, yeah, it's different. uh,
Yeah,
I didn't settle it. I settled it as per your, I believe, PST.
yeah. Yeah, just to have an idea, about the
Yeah,
people who are joining from
yeah,
different places. So
exactly.
I see.
So
No,
what will be the timing, Mohammed? Will it be daily 9:30 EST, or would the main classes be changed in time?
No, the time what you have joined.
Okay.
so we start sharp, right?
Yes, sharp, and we'll close it sharp at 8. 1 hour session.
Okay.
Because after that, I need to be in office within 15 or 20 minutes. So,
Where is the when the training start?
I'm sorry.
When the training start?
Your Monday?
On Monday?
Your Monday, yes. From
Okay.
this Monday.
Okay. Okay. I
Any other
might.
questions, guys?
No.
No, Mohammed. Thank you.
No. So
Okay.
try it if you can, share with that lady. I gonna make
Yeah,
the
for sure.
the
I'll take a
the,
note of it. 1 second.
the payment dues on
Payment
Monday.
related issues with that, Sridevi only. I only the concepts, the MSBI related issues with me. And
Okay. Okay. No. Okay.
The
Another
interview
question for
question.
you.
Mm-hmm.
After that, what is going to be for visualization better? And learn Power BI with DAX directly or just Power BI?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What is better for visualization after training this course? Power BI.
Yeah, Power BI is a different tool again. It's of
No.
Microsoft
I
only.
know. But this is not going to be covered here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, but the interviewing question is going to be the SQL Server, right?
Yes. For you, I'll share the SQL interview questions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. If no questions, let's wrap up here only. We'll meet again if possible by Monday. Your Monday.
Sure,
Thank you,
Mohammed.
guys. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for joining as
Bye.
well. Thank you, Gio, Venkat, and Ishal.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you, Sridevi. Bye bye.